big chest, no stress, and shoulders too. I'm going to show you how to build them up with a mix of heavy and light movements here at a great gym in Chicago. What's up guys, Larry here, in town for this video. Sorry it's so dark. In town for this video at National Association of Black Journalists. So I'm headed to work out with a fraternity brother at Lockout Fitness. Quick last minute change. Was gonna wake up a little bit later and head to Quads, but had the opportunity to go to Lockout Fitness. So today is, I trained chest a couple of days ago, but now I'm going to train chest again. This time will be more of a normal workout because I combined that last workout with back, just to be able to get some volume in. I only lightly touched chest, but now we're at a new facility. I'm rested a bit and I'm fed a bit and I'm gonna work a bit. So without further ado, let's get to it. Gonna have a good voiceover, teach you a few things, and then we'll go. All right, guys, the first thing that we do when we want to build an excellent chest region is that instead of going straight to a compound movement, we want to go to some type of machine press, at least for the days that we feel that we need to link up a little bit better with the muscle. So here we are doing a work set with a few pounds on the Magnum press. The reason for that is that you want to make sure that you get the muscle good and warmed up, ready to go, and not necessarily have the brutality of, say, a compound lift to start off the workout with. Now, the stability factor for a machine push press is taken out. It's not a factor, but for your second movement, you definitely want it to be a factor. So that's why after this movement, we went on to a slight incline dumbbell press. Now keep in mind, with the machine stuff, you don't necessarily have to go to failure like I did, but you definitely want to come close to it to get the muscle warmed up for the work that it's going to get. I just wanted to send a shout out to Lockout Fitness for providing us with some exceptional facilities for this workout in Chicago. But in any event, incline dumbbell press is on a slight incline, and the reason for the slight incline is that it's a hybrid between a flat bench and an incline press, meaning that you get the benefits of having an incline and the benefits of not having your shoulder in a vulnerable position by being totally flat. So went a little bit heavy today. Those are 110s that you see me pressing, and with this movement, or at least with the second movement in your chest training, is that you want it to be very, very heavy, right? As heavy as you could possibly go for a good and strict form, and making sure that you're getting those good reps in. Me and my partner for the day, a fraternity brother, we traded sets, we traded reps, and a hack that I want to touch on very quickly, seeing that we're still on this exercise, is the role of a quality training partner. It seems to be something lost in that training partner realm, that a lot of people just aren't utilizing them these days. I realize schedules are insane or anything or everything like that, but with a lot of gyms being 24 hours, I kind of urge you guys, get a training partner. Get a good training partner that'll help push you, that'll help you with your workouts. And when you're in here, keep in mind that you're in here. A lot of times I just let the camera roll and we just traded barbs back and forth for the simple fact that I didn't want to stop the flow of starting and stopping the camera. So I got a whole lot of footage that didn't get put in here just because I wanted us to get through the workout. But in any event, again, guys, get you a good training partner so you can work through movements like this, like the slight incline dumbbell press, the machine press, and go close to failure. I probably did a lot more failure sets than I normally would, but I had somebody there helping me out and getting me to that point of, working to a point that I normally wouldn't go to. So here we have another incline press, and this is on a higher incline, but also notice the stability has been taken out. So now let's run it down. We've already done a machine press. We've done a free weight movement. Now we've got a plate loaded press that gives us the benefit of free weights. Both of those arms move individually like a dumbbell, but they're also on a fixed path, and they're also plate loaded. They're not selectorized, which gives a bit of a different feeling, a bit of a different stimulus than a machine and than a dumbbell. So plate loaded machines are absolutely vital. As you can see, we're adjusting the height because our arms are a little bit long. Plate loaded machines give you the absolute advantage of a free weight and of a machine at the same time. So if you have the ability to be able to do any type of plate loaded movements, I highly recommend them. Now, with this particular one, another thing I want to touch on, especially for older guys, is that you want to make sure that you're emphasizing the stretch on a lot of these movements. When I'm coming down, I'm also cognizant of where these stoppers are, but I'm also getting a good stretch in the muscle. I don't have to bring it all the way down to my pec line to get a good stretch, just as basically far back as it will go for me. Because you see, it's a little bit uncomfortable for me to get up out the machine. And as you can see, he's stopping just where the muscle gets pretty elongated for him. Elongation of the muscle is on a sliding scale. So make sure that when you're having that good stretch, it's a good stretch for you and not something that you get on from somebody else. So Jared's feather point of stretch is a little bit different than yours. So please keep that in mind. And here we have flies with a free motion machine. Sometimes I don't like using the selectorized machine because it puts my shoulder in a vulnerable joint position, or a vulnerable position rather. So I much rather do the individual handles, and that way, I could put my shoulder in a good spot where it feels good and where it doesn't feel like a total piece of shit, so to speak. Now, for us older guys, that's going to be very important because joint integrity is everything. It's everything as we get older. And just finding the right setup to be able to train without pain is very important. And machines like this help, especially when you're doing upper body days, especially when you're doing anything that involves multiple muscles to get a full workout like chest. So again, when you're doing flies or even when you're doing presses, get something that has an individual movement arm, because that way you'll be able to put your shoulder and your arm position, as you can see I'm coaching them right there, in the best position possible so you can get the best contraction and the best stretch possible. And with these movements too, also keep in mind that you can go to failure relatively easily on these, and don't worry about being injured necessarily or anything like that, because at this point in the workout, the weight should be relatively light, at least for you, where you can get those good reps in. So please don't feel like you have to go heavy on this. Pick a weight that's comfortable enough that can provide you resistance and provides you a good stimulus. This is not to be loaded heavy, but to be done intensely.
Good. Come on. 8, come on. 9, come on. 10, good. Come on. Squeeze it in. Well, good. Come on. Keep going. 13, come on. 14, come on. Let's go. Fly it out. 15, come on now. Keep going. There you go, come on, keep going. Fly it out. There you go, come on. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Right here, squeeze, 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 squeeze. All right, let it down slow. Slow, 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 slow. Hold right here, hold right here, hold right here. Don't let it down, don't let it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 10. There you go. I really meant for you to hold.
Now moving on to shoulders, and I did a lot less shoulder work than I would have liked to, just because I was out of town for a conference and I'm back to training shoulders twice a week this week. But in any event, went ahead and just did a lot of laterals. So we're just going back and forth with laterals, and with shoulders in general, it is kind of a blood muscle. It responds a lot better to a lot of blood in the muscle, a lot of volume. So that's the goal going forward, is to just try to put as much blood in the muscle as possible, and to make sure that I'm getting a lot of nutrients in there as well via that blood training. Sounds very quote unquote Craig Titus-ish. If you know who that is, you know. But it's what's good for my shoulders, because I will come back later in the week and I will do some heavy pressing for shoulders. So keep in mind, this is a new approach for me. I've never trained shoulders more than once a week. So I'm definitely hoping I can start reaping the benefits of it very, very soon. And it's something that I've been wanting to try for a minute. Big shoulders, especially after, or shoulder work, especially after all of that pressing with just laterals, is something that's so underrated. I like it a lot. I think a lot of people should just go high reps after your chest pressing movements. But again, that's just me, and that's just something that, you know, I've been raised with in this bodybuilding game. So as you can see, I just keep them going. He nailed about 20 plus reps here. So definitely put a lot of pressure on that muscle. And now we're just doing for rear delts, dumbbell swings, dumbbell rear lateral swings. Just take the heaviest dumbbells you can, and you're just swinging them. You're just swinging them. That's all you're doing. You're making sure that you hit that rear delt. You're making sure that they burn. You'll hit rhomboids a bit, but that's nothing that you should be worried about too much. But you just want to make sure you hit that rear delt and ensure that is burning as well. You know, the rear delt accentuates a back double bicep. So always keep that in mind, that even if you're not competing, a good set of rear delts will absolutely help you. And keep in mind, you can also probably overtrain them because they're involved in a lot of back movements. So keep that in mind when you're programming your rear delt training. And now we've come to basically the end of the workout, meaning cross-body tricep extensions. These for me are better than press downs, for the simple fact that I don't have to necessarily worry about getting a special attachment or anything like that. I just grab the cables and go. So you want to make sure that you get a full stretch, angle your arms to where you can, and then just go to town. Did a lot of reps here because I had trained, like I said, planned on training arms that night, but that didn't come to fruition. So it was basically bare bones minimum volume for triceps. And that was it, because my dog elbow started hurting him. You see he wraps it a little bit there. In any event, like I said, shout out to Lockout Fitness for this amazing facility for us to train in. So it was a great workout. It was great being back home in Chicago. Wish I was able to film at Quad's gym, but that workout was just for me. And I'm glad I didn't film it or anything like that. So until next time, guys, if you have any questions, please drop them below. Like, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to keep pumping out more content, and we'll just go from there. Until next time, guys, take care.